We are Cactus Wrestling. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos.
Cactus Wrestling is now available on Spotify and Amazon. And don't forget to check us out on Etsy for all of your Cactus Wrestling apparel needs. Welcome back to Cactus Wrestling. The All Star Classic matchups have been announced. The NWCA All Star Classic, hosted at none other than Penn State. This is
That's
pretty much Penn State versus the All Stars. I mean,
I
how
mean,
many Penn State? One, two, three, four, five, six. Six Penn State wrestlers
yeah.
are competing in this All-Star meet.
Yeah, I mean, they got the biggest, like pretty much the biggest names of Penn State are all participating. So,
I mean,
um,
why not? It's at home,
I mean,
so
the one that would be kind of surprising that's left out is Mitchell Messenbrink. Like, why didn't he say yes? Or, I mean, I don't see how he couldn't have been asked. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, maybe, yeah.
he's the one guy from Penn State that I'm surprised isn't also on this list. But
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, he's still only a sophomore, so maybe
yeah,
he
okay,
wants
but
to wait.
he's returning national runner-up. Like the guys that they got for 165, neither one of them made the national finals ever.
Yeah, that's fair. But we'll start at the the bottom. Jory Volk, who is I guess we're going off of flow rankings here.
Yeah, I mean, Flo's basically putting on the event.
By the way, keep your eyes posted for the Cactus preseason rankings because we have we
Creme
will
de
be
la creme of rankings.
yeah, this is the good stuff, not this flow nonsense. Although everyone went bananas last year when they put Ryan Crookham number one after he beat Vito. And look where Crookham
He
ended
also,
up.
well, yeah, three, yeah.
I
I mean,
mean,
he also
yeah.
beat Donegal, who was in the All Star Classic
Well,
last year,
yeah. But
which is
anyway,
insane.
Jory Volk is number three at 125. He'll be up against Tanner Jordan of South Dakota State. He's number six. Now, these two have matched up plenty of times in their career, four times to be exact. And Jory Volk has the split majority win, three wins to one. They wrestled at NCAA's last year.
Yeah,
Volk
for
shut him
seven.
out
Yeah.
4-0. In the Big 12s, Volk beat him 1-0. And in the dual meet, Tanner Jordan beat Volk 2-1. And last season before 2023, Joey Volk beat him 7-1. So um they know each
Whoa.
other well. It doesn't scream a high scoring match, probably pretty
No,
conservative, maybe one takedown, ride 'em type of situation.
it's
I
probably
think
gonna be a boring match.
Jory probably has the upper hand here.
Well, yeah, clearly if you got the lead 3-1, but I mean that first win was the biggest discrepancy, 7-1. But then in the next three matches, there's only been 8 points scored. So between the two of them, I mean, in all likelihood, yeah, Tanner Jordan's not going to beat him. I would agree with you there. It seems unlikely. It's good to see that they got two All-Americans here. I mean, of all the matchups that they do have, I mean, would have loved to seen a guy like Figs in this matchup.
Well, you can't get every returning national champion.
I wish Iowa sent anyone because you never see an Iowa guy.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know what their problem is with this. Noto, I guess, didn't really like being in it last year, so he's not back. Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm just looking at the other potential guys that they could have got, but
Seventh year, Jacob Camacho, Caleb Smith. Caleb Smith is another year.
oh, he's
How is
he's
that possible? I don't
is
get some of
it's
these
the COVID
guys.
year for him. This is yeah.
Yeah, he's
I
another
mean,
one.
even Caleb Smith, I would have loved to have seen. Um,
Well, you know who Mike would love to have seen? Luke Lilladall.
Yeah. All-star matchup for the freshman who isn't even necessarily starting.
Hey, it's at Penn State. He's gonna be there.
Yeah, he's
Strap
gonna
on some
be there.
shoes.
He could just be subbed in. It's easy.
Hmm.
Go for it.
So
Yeah.
drop a comment down below. Who do you think is going to win 125 matchup? All
Mm.
right. 33. This is a good one. Now we have the returning national finalists from last year. Jesse Mendez versus Bo Bartlett. Now you would think that that's the matchup everyone wants to see.
No.
I like it. Yeah, it's a good
It's
matchup.
almost as good as it could get.
But I would have liked to see Alira's versus Bartlett. I think
Oh,
that would have been a cool.
Mendez?
Yeah. I don't know. Just spice it up because we just saw Mendez versus Alirez at that
That was a
freestyle
freestyle
match.
match. That was the freestyle match.
And
Yeah.
then Alirez did beat Bo Bartlett in the 2023 NCAA championship 6-2. So it's been a year because Alirez has been
And he's
out.
gotten that much better. So Mike would be saying Alirez would beat Bartlett 12-4. Twice as
Yeah.
many points. I could hear Mike saying it.
Well, kudos, yeah. Kudos to both of these guys for actually stepping up. They didn't have to wrestle each other. They're gonna see each other at Big Tens. They're probably gonna see each other at NCAAs because
Cool.
two of them will probably be on the same. It could be honestly a semifinal. That's pretty crazy. This could be a semifinals at the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. I mean, depending on, yeah. Or Alira's being, but another reason why Alira's would have been great is in flows pound for pound. Alira's is the number 4 pound for pound.
Hmm.
Like,
Well, Flo has Alira's
granted,
as number one at 141.
well, and then Mendez and Bartlett are 8 and 9 in the pound for pound. So like, this is a really really good matchup. Like, this is gonna be exciting. I mean, the national finals came down to a takedown. Even the Big Tens kind of came down to a takedown. So it'll be a relatively exciting match, but it'll probably be relatively low scoring, like 4-1.
Yeah, this definitely screams 4-1.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm surprised Cale Happel, who beat his teammate Parker Kakaisen by 7 points, didn't get the nod here.
That was such a funny. That was such a.
What was that? Twitter or Instagram?
Um,
That was Instagram, right?
I
No,
saw it on
Twitter.
Instagram. It might have been a tweet though.
Yeah. Cale Happel said that he wrestled Parker Kakaisen, and he said the hype is real. And even though Parker took him down 7 times, he only lost by 7 points.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway, I think people are going to be thinking I'm crazy here. I'm actually going to pick Bartlett to win this one because it's at home, Penn State, early in the season. Um, Things are going to get messy. I mean, we saw it last year at the All Star Classic with Greg versus Hendrickson. I think something's going to get a little sloppy here.
no, I think it's Mendez all day.
Ah,
I think it's Mendez all day. Mendez has got this. He's got Bartlett's number. He's figured him out. He knows how to score on him. He knows how to beat him. And yeah, I think it's gonna be Mendez. Uh,
the overtime win where Bartlett shot in a beautiful double leg.
oh, and then the little
That
scramble.
that scream that screams that he's figured him out.
Yeah, he's figured him out. He
Yeah.
knows how
Okay.
to just score off of anything.
Yeah. Makes sense. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
makes perfect sense.
Um,
We know
um,
Mike's gonna pick Bartlett.
I'm silly. I just realized that we skipped right
No,
over
I know. I was gonna
133.
say that we skipped 33. We went
Yeah.
25 to 41. Yeah,
I just was so excited about 141 because it was 2 and 3.
33 is actually a pretty good matchup too.
33, we have 2 and 4. Nasir Bailey versus Evan Frost.
Two true freshmen from last year,
Yeah. And both All-Americans.
both All-Americans, high All-Americans. Yeah,
Yeah. I know you're big on Evan
Frost,
Frost.
Frosty. Yes.
And they did match up last year. And Nasir Bailey teched him.
Was it that close?
In the dual meet, Nasir Bailey teched Evan Frost 15-0 in a minute and 57 seconds.
Wow.
So
And
no
that,
better, matchup than this is the matchup that we really need to see a rematch of there
well, no,
because
this is the Brent Metcalf Caldwell. He got
mm,
teched at the All Star Classic and then turned it around. And no, Frost has improved tenfold since that. Are you kidding? There's no way Frost could get teched by Nasir Bailey, but then almost beat Dayton Fix a year later.
everyone almost beats Steven Fix. That's how he wrestles. Dude, the dude is like getting his AARP. I mean, like, come on.
No. He also wrestled Crookham to a 4-1 match.
That's great. Yeah, that's great for him.
I I'm picking Frost.
I know you are. Of
I
course you
mean,
are.
honestly, I'm picking Frost because I'm rooting for Frost. I wouldn't Bailey probably will win this match, but I still think Frost is going to be right there in the mix and could I'm picking Frost.
You said he wrestled Crookham to a 4-1 match. Bailey lost 4-3 to Crookham.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I realize that. It was even closer. But if he can wrestle Crookham to a 4-1 match, he's not going to get teched in less than 2 minutes.
He lost to him 4-2 as well. He lost to him twice. That was his only loss at NCAA's to Ryan
Yes.
Crookham. I am picking Bailey, and I don't think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a major.
What? No, that's
Nasir's
absurd.
that dog.
No,
He's going to
no,
get that tilt. Game
that's
over.
absurd. That's absurd. No way. Frost is too good for that.
You love Frost. I don't. Anyway, let us
Did
know 133. Who you picking? Okay, 149. The return of Shane Van Ness, Penn State versus Ty Waters. Waters is a fun guy to watch. Um, Great tattoo sleeve, first and foremost. And he's very scrambly, very funky. He lost to KSAC last year at NCAA's by 1 point.
Yeah,
So
too.
like if you use that as like, oh, who would win between Van Ness and KSAC, then you could probably
I
use
think Van
that.
Ness.
Really?
I definitely think Van Ness beats Case.
I think Van Ness is
Well,
I know he had that great run two
so
years
did
ago, but that was
KSAC.
2 years ago.
So did KSAC.
Yeah, but
KSAC.
like he was never at his natural weight. Like
Oh, Van Ness. Plus Van
no,
Ness.
K-Sac. He was like started at 141 and then by the time he got to 49, he had to like get his groove.
Hmm.
I mean, it's not like he
That was
lost to
too big.
anyone that were schlubs. He lost to Caleb Rachi in that match that he almost came back in at the duel. He
Oh,
lost
that's
to Ridge Levitt twice, Jaden Abbas, who's an All-American, and that's it at 149. Plus, he lost to Bo Bartlett in overtime. Well, pretty much overtime
well.
at 141.
Even Abbas has an All American in years. I mean, granted, yeah, he doesn't make him any less of an All American,
I
but
mean, he was around at 12 last year.
yeah, he has not been able to repeat his feat as an All American in quite some time.
Well, I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
I think Kasek is better than Van Ness, but
Really,
yeah, I think Van Ness is. I don't. He's
Van
just
Ness
like a
won the All Star
bruiser.
Classic
Like
last year.
I mean, he
Beat up
all
Parker.
his wins were come from behind at that NCAA's where he had that run.
Okay, but he won.
No, in credit due where it's due, but I just think he's a bruiser. I think Kasek's more technically sound.
Hmm. I mean,
I
yes.
think K-Sec's got both. He's got the kind of hard-nosed grittiness. I mean, it doesn't matter because they're different weight classes now, but
Like,
I
we're
think this is gonna
discussing
be
Van
interesting. This
Ness
is
on waters, not Kasich.
no, I know, but I'm just saying, I think this is gonna be a very conflicting style matchup. I do think Van Ness is gonna get the edge here,
I
home
mean,
field
he has
advantage.
experience winning the All Star Classic.
Yeah.
Beat
He's
Parker.
tough to score on, and but so is Ty Waters, so This could go either way. I'm going to give Penn State the advantage.
I was definitely gonna pick Van Ness here.
Uh, all right. Well, speaking of Tyler Casack, see, it segued nicely. 157, he'll be up against Peyton Keller of Ohio. Let's go, Ohio.
Yeah. Peyton Keller. I'm kind of surprised. Well, no, I guess I'm not surprised because Iowa wouldn't send Teamer. So I would have liked to have seen Teamer wrestle here. Or Shapiro.
Yeah. See.
Yeah. Okay. Keller's returning fifth. That's cool.
Yeah.
K-Stack returning third from a different weight. That's cool too.
I mean, everyone's going to be talking about, oh, Levi Haynes jumping from 57 to 74. How's that going to impact? Well, we just saw in freestyle pretty darn good. He beat Keegan O'Toole, so
Pretty darn good.
yeah. So I'm sure K-Sack's going to be fine at this weight class. Um, but Peyton Keller, I mean, for a small school like Ohio, he's only a junior. 4 losses last year. Cardenas, Franek, Patty Gallagher, and Will Luan were his losses last year.
Those
With
are all.
wins, pin over Brayson Donian, beat Peyton Robb 12-10, pinned Ed Scott.
I was gonna
This guy's a
say
fall. He's a pinner. Wow. Wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pins last year.
that's pretty good.
And you might say, oh, well, Ohio probably has a weaker schedule. Well, like I just said, he pinned Bryce Andonian and he pinned Ed Scott.
And that was
Both
at the NCAA tournament.
both at NCAAs, yeah.
Yeah. But he got
Yeah.
pinned by Cardenas.
Well, he was probably trying to pin him.
You can't pin them all, I guess.
Yeah, can't put
So
them all.
so here's the question. Do you think Keller is gonna if Keller wins, do you think he wins by pin or do you think he can win by points?
I think he can. No, I don't think he's gonna pin him, but I
I
do
think
think
the only
that
way Keller wins is if he pins him.
no, I mean,
It's either Keller wins by pin or K-Sack wins by like probably 6.
I think Mike Lawn would probably underestimate this guy because of his school. Sorry. Calling it like I see it.
Yeah, Mike probably would, yeah.
Ohio Bearcats. Um, I mean, this guy's a dog. So I do think Kasak's probably gonna win, but I think it's gonna be a lot closer than a lot of people are thinking.
Oh.
I
I
think it's
said
gonna be like 7-5.
I think it's gonna either be K-Sack wins like 8-2 or Keller's gonna catch him and pin him. Or not maybe not catch him, pin him.
Hmm. He doesn't need to
That's
catch him. He's just that good.
yeah, he's just that good. Yeah. So that's
Anyway,
yep.
157 going up to 165. Hunter Garvin, Stanford versus Peyton Hall. Peyton Hall, I feel like it's been around forever. How about that? 2 West Virginia guys in this.
Really has been. Well, I mean, Little Rock's got 2 guys in this too, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Peyton
Peyton Hall
Hall,
returning 7th,
I mean, it's only his 5th year, but
Arvin returning 6th. That's again, that's why I wish Mesenbrink was in this match.
yeah,
I,
but I don't
could
know
you
if
imagine
anyone
if
can.
could you imagine if it was Mesenbrink on Caliendo here, the top 2 guys?
No, no one wants to see that
I know it'd
because
be a tech.
he just, well, I don't know if it'd be a tech, but it'd be a beatdown.
I mean, the last matchup was 17-9.
I mean, the only intriguing wild card at this weight class is Sammy Sasso for Ohio State
Yeah,
at
I
this
know.
point.
At what
But
level of Sammy is he going to be? And yeah,
but I mean, it's kind of a silly matchup. These two wrestled at NCAA's last year, and Garvin majored them 14-4. So
but
I don't
Peyton
know who's
Hall
in
is
charge
so
of
hot and
picking
cold.
these. Yeah,
Like,
Peyton Hall. I mean, 2-time All-American at this point.
no, but he's all over the place. Like he can wrestle some guys so close, and then
Oh, like Keegan O'Toole losing 8-7.
yeah, like he was gonna beat Keegan O'Toole. Like he's hot and cold. So like Peyton Hall could come in and win this match. Like I have no doubt that that could be possible. I mean, Garvin had a pretty hot NCAA, so I mean, he wasn't seeded very high. He was the 20 seed.
Yeah, he had a nice run towards the end and there.
And but he did get teched by Keegan O'Toole, so
Yeah, that's all right. He got an All-American.
um,
Um,
I mean, he did
yeah, I
beat
mean, like you could have thrown in Cam Amin, I guess, but no one really wants to watch him
Garvin beat
wrestle.
Camamine, so we'd rather have Garvin. I think
Yeah,
Garvin.
I mean, he's got more upside. He's younger. He's
Yeah,
fresh face. He's only a sophomore, so
yeah, I like that Garvin's in it. I just this is not the match that I'm the most excited about.
no, I don't
I mean,
think
I think
so.
everyone's the most excited about one match in particular that's coming up,
Oh
but
yeah,
the second most excited match. This is not. This is far from it.
yeah. Well, 174, Levi Haynes versus
But
Rocco.
wait.
Oh, but I have Garvin. It's not even
Oh, that's what I was
close.
gonna say. But wait, who you picking? Who you picking? You
Garvin, yeah.
Garvin?
Yeah.
I my gut's telling me
Mm,
Hall's gonna win this one.
nice.
Yeah, I'm going Hall.
Okay. 174, Levi Haynes versus Rocco Welsh. I've said it many times before, and I'll say it again. Rocco Welsh does not have any offense on his feet. And as long as that remains true, he is going to plateau where he's been at. There are so many more talented wrestlers entering this weight class this season, naming Keegan O'Toole, Levi Haynes, Dean Hamity, uh, even Gabe Arnold. I think all those guys place higher than Rocco Welsh. 174 was a joke last year.
All of them.
I think Levi dominates. I honestly
All
think
of
he
them?
dominates.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a bold statement. That's a bold statement for sure.
Rocco Welch doesn't do anything. He does not do anything. He's
Yeah,
tough
but
as nails. He's as gritty
yeah,
as they come,
he
but
also
he
doesn't give
does
up.
he did what?
Doesn't give up.
Yeah, he doesn't give up points, but he doesn't do anything.
He does do things though.
Who, Rocco Welsh?
Yes, he wins matches. That's what he does.
Okay. Here we go.
That being said, he's not beating Haynes, especially after seeing Haynes' performance at up at 74 recently.
Well,
Like
that was freestyle to give that credit, but
against guys of higher caliber than Rocco Welsh, and he was beating them or competitive with them. Like, didn't he wrestle Burroughs to a 4-1 match?
it was close. Yeah, it was close. I mean, it was you can, I think Burroughs was in control, but the score was closer
Yeah.
than it
But
turned
I
out to
think
be.
I think Haynes is definitely gonna beat Rocco.
Rocco just takes it to over. He's the new Will Luan. No, I can't say
Come
that.
on,
He's not
no.
that bad,
That's a
but he had 3 overtime wins in NCAAs last year, 4-1. Now, I could see him trying to like take Levi to overtime because that seems like it's his strategy.
he might be
He
able to do
tried
that.
to do that to Carter. I think I think Carter's better on top than Levi is, so I think well, that's the problem though. Rocco can't get away. So I
Mm,
think if Rocco is able to get away from Levi, he could potentially take it to overtime. But he's
right.
not, I don't know. I just don't see him winning. I think Levi wins by multiple takedown margin.
I think he's gonna get a minimum of a takedown.
Yeah. Yeah, size won't be an issue for him. It
So
will be interesting. I mean, I would have liked to see Keegan versus Levi or even Hamity in this, but
yeah, that the
um,
any of those would have been exciting. But yeah, Keegan O'Toole never does the All Star Classic.
yeah, Hamity did it last year, but yeah.
Maybe that's why he didn't want to do it this year.
We're gonna save 184 for
Yeah, I was
last.
about to suggest that. I was like, let's skip over 84 and move.
Let's go 97. Stephen Little versus Zach Bronigal.
As you were saying before, who makes these matchups? Is this really the best matchup we could have gotten at 97? Like, did 1 through 4 all say no? And then 6, 7, and 8 also said no? Like, this is the best. Like, We could have had Buchanan, Cardenas, Alam, Ferrari, Salazar, Beard, Allred. None of them.
None of them.
None of them.
Zach Bronicle's never All-American. He's the best he's done is round of 12. This will be his seventh year since he did an
He didn't
Olympic.
even, like he redshirted last year.
Yeah,
How did
Olympic
he
red
get
shirt.
invited? Like,
I mean, they must have been really scraping for names here because
holy bro.
now I like Bronigal. He's a
Mis-
Greco guy,
Missouri
and
never does
so
something like
he could potentially make things interesting. And Stephen Little, I mean, everyone loves a good
that.
Little
Chronicle's
Rock.
kind of a bruiser, so
Yeah, so not the most high marquee matchup, but I think it'll be an exciting match. I could see these guys putting a lot of points on the board.
I feel like Little's gonna run away with it though.
Hmm, really?
Yeah, I don't see Chronicle being in the match.
I do. I um I don't know. I haven't seen enough of Stephen Little. I mean, I know he beat Lou
Well,
Dupre
that's
in
because Lou
overtime last
blew it.
year.
Lou
But
gave
yeah,
that match away,
yeah,
which also helped Little Rock get another All-American. So
yeah.
fun how that happened.
Um, I'll pick Bronicle and make things interesting.
Okay. Mike, who you picking, Mike? Comment down below.
Yeah,
Who you picking? Little.
yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. He definitely is. All right, heavyweight. Now this is a great matchup.
Yeah, I like this matchup. I mean,
Was this round three?
I actually, yeah, no. The dual Big Tens, oh, actually, round four. This is round four. Yeah, dual Big Tens and NCAAs.
Now, I know what you're gonna say. Last year when Greg was in it, he teched Wyatt Hendrickson, and everyone thought that was gonna be close. So what's gonna happen? Greg's probably gonna pin Feldman type of thing. I already know it's coming.
No
You
way.
Penn State haters. I already know it's coming. Um, I
No.
do I do think that Wyatt hurt himself in that match, to be fair.
Yeah, I do think,
I
yeah.
think he got turned way too easily.
Yeah,
Something must have been
that
up.
match never should have ended in a tech. I mean, especially because the last time they wrestled at NCAAs 6 months earlier, I think it was like 3-2 or 4-2 or something.
Yeah. That being said, I feel like Greg, we've said this a million times, wrestles lazy,
Oh, he definitely
and
does.
he's having a harder and harder time getting these takedowns against Feldman. Feldman even took him down at the Big Tens.
Yeah, he did. That was the first time he
Um,
had to take down like an
that's
actual.
his only score. I think he's still too small to go on bottom and try and get away
He
because
might have
Feld.
gotten on some weight.
Be, yeah, but Greg just rides parallel. He doesn't try and
No, no, I'm
turn.
saying since like ne next month, he might be weighing heavier than he did at NCAAs.
Yeah, I just think it's still too big of a size difference.
So my thought is, since Feldman has gained on him every single matchup, I'd say this match is going to be a minimum at overtime. If that trend continues, this match will
There's
be
nowhere else to go. Yeah.
yeah, there's nowhere else to go but overtime at a minimum.
Yeah. Um, I um I think Greg's gonna win this. I think it's probably gonna be like not as close as we think. It's probably gonna be like a 5-0 type thing. But
Uh,
I'm pulling for Feldman. I do think if there's anyone that's gonna beat Greg this year, it's gonna be Feldman. So
yeah,
maybe he proves me wrong.
I agree with what you're saying. I think Greg will probably pull it out, but I'm picking Feldman in my heart here, where I really want him to win. I'd like to see Feldman win the match, but Greg, I don't. He's probably not going to lose. Like as much as I'd
Yeah.
like to see Feldman pull it off, I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah. All right. Well, now we get to the marquee matchup here. The super match. I mean,
This
these are Flow
this is
Wrestling's number one and number two, right?
in no
No,
no
no, no, no.
one
Number one and number
three
three,
for
pound
pound
for
for pound.
pound
Yeah,
rankings.
that's
Which
awesome.
and I'm just checking Twitter really quick just to see if the any trash talk has come
Of
in.
all of the matchups that they could have get, this is literally the best matchup of any weight class that they could have gotten. Like
Yeah, I
this,
mean, so much kudos to both guys for showing up because obviously they don't have to do this. I think
and
that Carter obviously thinks that like no one he's untouchable. Um,
right.
but I mean Parker Kakaisen is just so good. I mean he
He was almost hot.
bonused in every match last year at the NCAA tournament.
You subtract Aaron Brooks from last season and move him to like any other season, Kekaisen's getting the Hodge. Like he would
Yeah.
have gotten it if Aaron Brooks was a different like timeline.
Yeah, honestly, if Aaron Brooks didn't exist, I
Yeah.
mean that's a tricky game to play.
Oh yeah,
But
but like
like
even if he like existed like his last year was a year before that, th it was clearly Kekaisen was going to get the Hodge. And
um
as poor a job they did as matching up 197, this could not have been better matchup.
Kekaizen has 5 career losses. Okay.
How many of them are to Brooks? Like three?
I'm looking them up right now.
Pretty sure
Um
Brooks is three of them, or at
I
least two.
I'm at 2, I'm at 3.
Yeah.
Uh 3 to Aaron Brooks, 1 to Trent Hidley,
Oh, okay. Highlight.
1 to Bernie Truax at Cal Poly,
Oh,
and
that's
that's it.
Truex is gone. Brooks is gone.
Those are his only career losses. Now I can, and now you could say, oh well, Parker's or sorry, Carter's career losses, he only has 2, and that's to Kemmerer and Donnell Washington.
Yeah.
Um
Technically, he's got four.
well, yeah. And he hasn't lost I mean, if you don't count the med forfeits last year, he
Right.
hasn't lost since 2021. Now he has lost in freestyle.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Um
Almost to Pat Downey.
I do think that Carter at this size is it's not going to be an issue. The dude is tremendously athletic
Yeah,
and
it's only one weight class. Like it's not that big of a difference. Yeah, I don't think the size is gonna play that big of a factor.
yeah.
The styles though are very different because Parker is so offensive. Like
He
he
is Carter's got
attack
tremendous
attack.
defense. I do think that Brooks's baseline defense is tougher than I don't know. Carter's baseline defense is good too. I can't remember the last time Carter got taken down.
Yeah, you can. The first two matches NCAAs last year.
Yeah, but that's one leg. That's a little different.
Uh, he still got taken down two different matches, two different guys.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
But then went against Griffith, didn't get taken down, and Welsh didn't get taken down.
Because they wrestled scared. They did not try. They didn't they didn't
Yeah,
try. They didn't
yeah,
try. I do think that yeah, I mean that's a good point. Because if someone pushes the pace on Carter, he is known to have gas tank issues.
yeah. And Kekaisen's the type of guy that will. I will say this. I actually kind of hope Parker doesn't beat Carter this go around. I'd rather have him beat him in the national finals than in the All Star Classic. Um, yeah, I'd rather I'd rather it happen then. Because I feel like if Carter loses in the All Star Classic, it's going to be all he perseverates on for the
Oh
next
yeah, put him on the
month.
dartboard next to Donnell
Yeah,
Washington.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and
Yeah.
and Parker Kakaisen isn't the type of guy that's going to do smack talk, but like Carter will manufacture smack talk. He wrestled great. He thinks I wrestled great.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I mean, this is a super match. This is definitely must see TV. This is literally as high of a level
there's no better
college
matchup they could have got.
wrestling. Yeah. In terms of college wrestling, these two guys are like pinnacle like once in a decade
Yeah,
talents
yeah,
levels. I mean, 4-time NCAA champion, obviously, but
yeah.
Parker Kekaisen is like literally right up there too.
Yeah, I mean, what's the most comparable like in recent memory matchup of this caliber? What, Dake Taylor?
Yeah, that's a super match. I'd
It
say
like
this is a super match.
yeah, like it's kind of in the conversation of that type of caliber match,
Yeah.
which I mean it's exciting to watch for
Oh
sure.
yeah.
I I want to pick Parker to win it, but Carter doesn't seem to lose.
I am picking Parker Keckheisen to win this one, and I've picked Penn State on every single other one of them. So I know you. I'm gonna already hear in the
I,
comments.
I bet Mike is gonna be like, I couldn't have heard that right, but I'm picking Carter to win here, even though I'd rather see Parker win, but I'm picking Carter.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let us know your thoughts down below. And the NWC All Star Classic is just about a month away. So stay tuned. A little bit more than a month away. November
And
16th
November 16th, yeah.
at Penn State. Um, you got to tune in, see what happens. Major implications for the rest of the season. So
Definitely.
let us know your thoughts down below. And again, as always, thanks for watching Cactus Wrestling.
Thanks for watching. We are Cactus Wrestling, and we'll see you next time on our next video.